I had always believed my marriage to Claire was solid. We had been together for over a decade, shared a home, and raised a child together. From the outside, everything seemed perfect. But over the past months, subtle signs began to unsettle me. Late nights, secretive phone calls, and vague excuses about her whereabouts. Deep down, I feared something was terribly wrong. Then one day, the truth hit me like a freight train. Claire had been cheating, and the most shocking part was that she had caught an STD from my boss, the very man she had been involved with. The news left me reeling. The woman I had trusted and loved had not only betrayed me emotionally, but had also put her health, my health, and our family at risk. For a moment, I was paralyzed by anger and disbelief. But then a cold, calculated clarity took over. I knew exactly how to respond. I started by documenting everything. I collected messages, emails, photos, and any evidence of her affair. Every detail mattered. The frequency of their meetings, the planning, and the audacity of her deception. I needed irrefutable proof to protect myself legally, socially, and emotionally, and to set the stage for revenge that would ensure accountability. Once I had everything, I began planning my thermonuclear revenge. First, I confronted my boss. Alone, I presented the evidence of the affair, exposing not only his betrayal of me but also his reckless behavior. The shock and panic on his face were immediate. He had assumed he could manipulate the situation and enjoy the affair without consequence. He was wrong. Next, I confronted Claire. I filed for divorce immediately. Custody arrangements for our child were prioritized to ensure stability and emotional security. Financial settlements reflected not only legal requirements, but also the emotional consequences of her betrayal. She had gambled with trust, loyalty, and family, and she lost completely. But legal action alone wasn't enough. I removed Claire entirely from my life. I moved out with our child, stopped answering her calls, texts, and emails, and ensured she had no influence over my future. By disappearing, I reclaimed control and dignity, leaving her to face the fallout alone. The absence itself became punishment. She had no chance to manipulate or plead her way back. In the weeks that followed, I focused on rebuilding stability and emotional security for myself and my child. Routine, support from friends, and a sense of normalcy became my priorities. Claire, meanwhile, faced the full weight of her choices. Her credibility, reputation, and influence over my life were destroyed. The affair with my boss and the resulting health consequences amplified the fallout, leaving both of them accountable in ways they hadn't anticipated. Reflecting on the ordeal, I realized that true revenge isn't about dramatic confrontations, shouting, or public humiliation. It's about strategy, timing, and reclaiming control. By documenting the affair, confronting both the boss and Claire, filing for divorce, and disappearing from her life entirely, I ensured the consequences were swift, undeniable, and permanent. Claire had assumed she could cheat with impunity, and my boss had assumed he could act without accountability. They were both wrong. Their choices reshaped our lives, and through careful, deliberate action, I reclaimed dignity, authority, and the ability to rebuild a future free from deception. In the end, this story is one of betrayal, calculated revenge, and personal empowerment. A cheating wife and her audacious lover believed they could act without consequence, but evidence, legal action, and decisive withdrawal ensured justice. Claire and my boss gambled with trust and lost. The lesson was clear. Betrayal has consequences, and some actions cannot be forgiven, forgotten, or ignored.